What happened with the guard in the kitchen?
That guy tried to take my buns, man.
For real?
Yeah, I was scooping the muffin mix at
Literally.
4:30 in the morning. Yeah, and we're having a conversation. Now this guard was always nice to me. I thought he was just friendly with me. Would let me smuggle out cream cheese, anything, like do whatever, extra seconds in the line. But he was always smiling and staring at me, and I just thought he was a friendly guy until that morning where he starts rubbing my elbow and then he's rubbing my side and rubbing my butt. And I think what made this story is that I was scooping muffin mix while this was going on, and everyone called me McLovin. I think that's what made the story, you know? It wouldn't have had the same effect if it was something different. But yeah, this guy got me, you know? And then a couple weeks had passed by, I was avoiding him, and then he got me in the walk-in cooler, the freezer. And instead of like leaving it open and standing outside, he closes it and shuts the door behind him. And then when I'm trying to get by with this tray of frozen cookies, he's making me walk past him with my butt against his groin. It was crazy. And everyone knows what's going on. Everyone's talking about the camp. There's 100 people at the camp. I had told my bunkie who told everyone. And at first we all decided not to report it. We didn't want to bring heat to the camp, but then it was just getting out of line. So I reported it. I had a few months left. I was worried I was going back to the shoe. But luckily they just removed him to the medium. They launched the investigation. They took it very seriously. They left me alone my last few months. I'm freaking running through the woods, bringing back bags. I'm on the phone. I'm on social media. I'm
So
going
you're the
live.
smuggling too.
I was smuggling. I was doing all these things, which I genuinely think if I didn't put that claim in, they probably would have busted me because I was kind of high profile.
Right.
Just based on from Danbury and being back home and stuff. But that investigation was going on. They interviewed some guys that were part of the investigation as witnesses. Got shipped off, so I know that they were internal affairs went to the other SIS went to the other prisons to interview them. Nothing ended up happening. It's my word against his. But what I did find out was a guard from Oxford that watches the podcast messaged me years later asking if it was so and so, and he said that he's been accused of that before and he's no longer with the Bureau of Prisons. So I think they swept it under the rug.
He probably moved him to the medium because you were not his first time that he got in trouble for this.
Yeah, well, they needed to separate us from the camp, and
Right.
we couldn't be in the same prison. Like in Danbury, when I was at the low here, they removed me from the yard and put me in solitary because there was no other yard for the guard to work at that reported that me and him were friends on the outside, and that I used to date his cousin and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened, and then they let him come back to the unit right after I left. Like the day after I left, he was back working there. But I was the youngest person at the camp. I looked the youngest. It's clearly there was something there, you know.
Yeah.
That